Hey guys, and welcome to Lunchtime, not live, for the second week in a row. And it's been an inconvenience having our internet going up and down and up and down, and we're in the process of getting it fixed, but it's not fixed yet. And so I didn't want to take the chance. But also, this time has really given me the opportunity to just sort of prayerfully consider what God is speaking to me through this forced pause. And so God actually highlighted a number of things across the board. And this is stuff that I've been praying over and got to meet with the Died For You leadership team today. And we all came into agreement. And so we all agree that we're stepping into a new season right now as for Died For You. And so part of what that's going to look like is we're going to be switching things up a little bit. So there's things that we've been doing pretty consistently that we're not necessarily going to continue doing in the same rhythm that we've done before. As someone who likes structure, who likes patterns, it is really easy for me to find a rhythm. No matter what God tells us, that we're doing, I will find a rhythm for it. As a matter of fact, for those of you who have read Daily Downloads from Heaven Volume 1, you may remember from the introduction to that, I talk about the fact that when God started downloading the prophetic nuggets, I had no intention of that being a daily thing. But what ended up happening was I would ask every day, he would download every day. And so the next thing you know, it's 3.5 years later, and it's been a daily thing this whole time. And that is actually one of the things that I'm laying down. So I'm going to still birth nuggets, but it may not be daily. So for those of you who only follow us on Facebook, and this is on the author Megan Williams page that you would see those, for those of you who follow that and you only follow on Facebook, you are not going to notice a difference because we have something like 1,200 prophetic nuggets. And so basically, if we don't have a new one, we're going to just allow the Lord to lead us which of the old ones that we're going to repost. So we could literally repeat all of them for 3.5 years and not repeat one of them twice. So it's not like you're going to necessarily recognize all of them. So for those of you who like having that little tidbit on Facebook, it's not going to make a big difference for you because you probably have forgotten that one. And I know that I've read several of them more than once. And I go, oh yeah, I remember that, and so it speaks to you differently. So even if you do remember it, it's not going to be a problem. The people who are going to notice it is if you're following on daily downloads from heaven.com, if you get that email from us every day, you'll notice there'll be some times where you don't get an email. So that's really the only difference that's going to happen. And we're going to put an announcement out through there as well. So that's one change that's happening. The other change that's happening is that I am not going to be doing Lunchtime Live in this format anymore. And what I mean by that is simply that, for those of you who've watched for a while, you know that I've often said of late that I had nothing and then God shows up, or that I really didn't want to do it, but then God shows up, and he has been faithful. When I sit here, when I'm yielded and I'm like, bring it on, he does. But I feel like he's shifting me out of that place where I am showing up because I feel obligated to be here because I've told you that I'm going to be here. And he's like, okay, so stop telling them you're going to be there. So I'm not going to be doing it this way anymore. If he gives me something specific, I may come on, I may do it live. For those of you who follow meganw.com, which is one of the links that we post regularly on here, that's my personal blog. And I post little snippets there as well that are video, as well as just blog posts. So that is another place that you'll see things. And so in other words, there's going to be a lot of different places that things will be released. I also release words along with the rest of the team members on diedforyouministries.com blog. So again, if you subscribe to that and get the emails there, you'll see stuff there. And so in other words, there's plenty of places to still receive ministry from Died For You, obviously, including the art and the silk words. That's a duh. But it will not be through the Lunchtime Lives. So for those of you who have supported Lunchtime Lives over the last, I can't even believe how long it's been. It's literally been years. And again, when I started that, I had no clue that it was going to end up being literally every week for as long as it has been. And it really has been a joy. And there's been so much awesome stuff that God has downloaded. And so I just so appreciate all of you guys, but I didn't want to just disappear one day and have you go, what happened to that? Why isn't that there anymore? So this is what's happening. And so I just pray blessings over all of you. I thank you. May God's face shine upon you and give you peace. Thank you for your continued support of the ministry. Thank you for your continued prayers for the ministry. And if you have prayer requests, you can always, share those, because the team is constantly praying over those things and praying over you guys. So even if you're not posting them, we still are continually praying over the Died For You community. So we just love and appreciate all of you guys. So consider yourselves hugged, and blessings to all of you. And so I won't see you next Thursday, but I'm sure I will be seeing you. And regardless, in the meantime, happy worshiping. God bless you guys. Take care.